I want to talk about Sister Wives, and it's not letting me record more than 2 minutes, so I'm going to do it one at a time. This is about season 6, episode 14, Polygamous Flash Mob, which is the graduation party for Leon and Aspen, and the fortune teller that, as they told us multiple times, Robin insisted on bringing in. So I'm not going to be able to get all 5 of them because it erased my last 2 attempts to do that. So I'm just going to do like 2 of the wives. So to start off, the very first wife we see is Christine. So what's funny about Christine's is that it says something like, oh, you're in a really bad place now. You've been struggling, but you're going to make some changes and things are going to get better. And of course, with hindsight from season 18, I'm like, she left him and it all got better. Now, what Cody immediately says is like, oh yeah, she probably got that vibe because you're always playing the victim. And I'm like, I dislike this dude so much. I'm not even married to him. And I'm already like, just the way I feel like anyone who says that about their partner in the most incredibly, like, this isn't therapy. This is like an incredibly public scenario. I'm like, I know so much about you. If you were to say that. So I'm already disgusted. But she says how she's going to shape up. She's going to have a better attitude, which also annoys me because if you watch this show, you know that it's whenever there's a marital problem, it's always the wife's fault. She needs to get a better attitude. It's not, they very seldom, until recent seasons, even mentioned Cody as an active participant. It's always about the wife, and that drives me crazy. So anyway, that was sort of my takeaway from what they said to Christine. Now, what they say to Meri is that Meri will be an instrument of change in this family. The family's going to have a bunch of changes, in big part due to Meri. There's also a reference to some kids having health problems, which is interesting because it comes right before Truly gets sick. And of course, Isabel later on with her back surgery. But I want to focus on the bit about Meri being an instrument of change. And I was like, I laughed because one of the big reasons why Christine left, one of them, there was many, I mean, we could write a thesis on all the reasons she left, but one of the big ones was that when Cody said, no, I don't want to be intimate with you anymore, she could look over at Meri and she knew what her future would be. He would never work on it. He would string her along. He would say he was willing to work on it, and then immediately he would manipulate her by saying, hey, we can start over if you give me these things. She knew it was not getting better. She had watched it for a decade. This wasn't like one time he lost his temper and things were, who knows how long. And she was like, nope, if that is my future, no. Now there was many other things. There was him, and they were all part of the same thing, but it was, anyway. So I thought, I was kind of laughing. And then Janelle said the same thing. Janelle was like, I know how this goes. I see how he treats at that point, Janelle had seen how he treated Meri. And she saw how he treated Christine and Christine's kids. And it was like, whew, I mean, that is not a man I would want to go through a hard time with because it does not look good. So anyway, so I thought that was really interesting because in a way that didn't make sense for many, many seasons. Was kind of true. I'm not saying that she was telling the truth. I'm just saying what they showed us in the show, man, it kind of fits into today's narrative.